Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and I'm standing in front of what has been known as the Wildflower Hill. This is where I had planted wildflower seeds for the past couple of years, and I just wanted to change it up this year. And quite frankly, I wasn't sure what I was going to do in this space. I had a couple of ideas. I kind of wanted to perennialize it. This is an area where I have high deer pressure. The woods is right here. Let me turn the camera. So like the forest and the deep dark woods is right there, so the deer come out and they've been known to spend a time or two in this field. But I decided that this was where I wanted to plant my dahlias this year, so that's what I'm doing right now. It's a little bit late for me. Last year I had the dahlias planted mid-May, but it's still not too late to put my tubers in, so that's what I'm doing right now. And in fact, the majority of my tubers have been pre-sprouted unintentionally. I guess it was a little bit intentionally. I purposefully brought down my boxes of new tubers to the basement because I knew the warm temperatures and the high humidity down there would pre-sprout them. Worked a little bit too well, but in general, it's not bad. So what I've been doing here is I just got my auger. I was using the shovel and I said, you know what? I have an auger that I can do this. So I got an auger and I am just putting them in and crossing my fingers that the deer will not attack these dahlias. I've had the dahlias out in the open before, and the deer maybe every once in a while will take a little bit of a nibble, but they really in general do not bother the dahlias. So I'm excited to turn this into a hill of dahlias. So I started here on the bottom, and I started with yellow. That's American Sun, and then I have Buttercup. Down there I'm putting in Golden Scepter, and that's all I have so far. And it's actually a little bit steeper than it looks. Let me get a side view. It's still hard to tell just how big the slope is, but it's quite an angle going down. It's definitely not flat. And obviously the rain is going to drain down, and the majority of the rain is going to land in the bottom of the field here on the other side of this little evergreen that we have here. It's not little, it's probably got a 20-foot wingspan. There's my son's fort that we put, so that will be a perfect little dahlia watch, and we'll see how they do here. There are some things that grow here. I do have some random wildflowers that pop back up. I have wild yarrow that grows here, a lot of milkweed that comes here, and unfortunately a lot of that wild morning glory. So we will see what happens. Okay, so I have 50 of them planted so far. When you buy wholesale, you get them in boxes of 25. So there are 25 there, 25 here. It's gonna be another 25 up there. At last count, I think I had at least 1,000 tubers. So I know people are gonna ask me about watering. I am not going to have this irrigated. What I do have is giant water tanks and a huge overhead sprinkler. If I need to supplement water, I will use that. So you could see how much my tubers pre-sprouted. Yeah, they look like little white asparagus, but once I cover them up, they're gonna be okay. Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess you can probably pinch off that big one because there are smaller ones growing around it, but I am just gonna let it go and see what happens. It might be fine. Tracks through the field. No big deal. So I spent about half the morning planting dahlias by myself, but I have some exciting news to share. I have a helper. This is Beranda, and we went to high school together, and last year she reached out to me and said if I ever needed any help, that she'd be more than happy to come help me out on the farm. And the best part about Beranda, not only do we get along really, really well, but She worked for several years at a flower farm in Vermont, both during and after graduating college. So she has experience doing everything that I'm doing. So it's literally like having two of me. We're doing things at the same pace, and that is amazing. So this is the third time that she's helped me on the farm. The first time she came, we tackled the peonies that desperately needed to be weeded. We didn't finish them all, but we got a lot done, and it is amazing what you can do when there's more than one set of hands. So Beranda is going to be helping me out. She's actually a school teacher now, so she has a teacher schedule, so she has the summers off, and she's off for holidays too. So she is going to help me out whenever she can. So I'm so excited, and we're able to get so much done together. Yay! So we ended up finishing the field. She came over that evening, and in 2 hours we were done. And I did save some dahlias because I do plan on, once the ranunculus are done inside the hoop house, I do plan on putting those tubers inside the hoop house. So I saved about 100 of them to put in there, and I'm going to experiment with planting some other things in the hoop house as well. If you guys are interested in seeing all of the varieties that I'm growing, I did do a video. It's called I Dream of Dahlias. This was my 3rd annual Dream of Dahlia video, and all of the varieties that I'm growing are listed and pictured there. So I didn't take up the entire space for the dahlias. There's still a lot of space on this hill. I did pick up some wildflower seed, and I am scattering that on the hill. So who knows, maybe it'll be a half wildflower hill, half of a dahlia field. So anyway, I'm excited to see the progress of this over the course of the season. So thanks guys for sticking around. We'll see you soon. So all of the planting ended right here. You can see where that line is. So I'm going to take the packets of wildflowers. I mean, it's still going to be a lot of wildflowers. I'm excited. These are the 2 packets of wildflower seed that I picked up. I just got them at Lowe's. I think they were $6 or $7 each, and I think they'll be enough. It says each bag is good for 500 square feet, so I'm just gonna sprinkle it and see what happens. Just gonna rake a little hill right here so that even if it does pour, because tomorrow we're supposed to get some rain, so that maybe it has a little bit of a place to stop so that the seeds don't go all the way down into the dahlias. Whoa! Whoa! There we go.